So there are many developments when it comes to the conversations about a possible deal that would lead to a ceasefire and some of the hostages being released from Gaza. The latest developments, though, are not positive for either side to end this conflict, both accusing the other's demands of being unreasonable. Just this weekend, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu brought up a vote in the Israeli cabinet to basically push back against international pressure of offering the Palestinians a state and recognition internationally in exchange for part of this broader deal. You also have top leadership from Hamas in Doha speaking out this weekend saying that the Israelis are not coming to the table in good faith. And so both the Qataris and the Egyptians have been trying to get together some sort of deal. Just last week, there were top officials from Doha, from Cairo, from Tel Aviv, and also from Washington meeting in Cairo to discuss the framework of such an agreement. But in the days that followed, those conversations fell apart. And so there's a lot of distance between the two sides right now. And on the ground, the war continues. Overnight, Israeli forces launching new airstrikes in the central part of Gaza, trying to target different positions in the Deir al-Balah neighborhood. And there's an understanding that there are still about a third of Hamas battalions left for the Israelis to go after. Two of them are in the central part of Gaza, and the rest are in the south, focused around Gaza's third largest city of Rafah, where there are more than 1 million Palestinians sheltering. And so the coming weeks will likely see more fighting on the ground. We know overnight an Israeli soldier was killed in the battles that are taking place between Israeli forces and Hamas militants that are operating there. And then there is this broader looming offensive and question about whether or not Israeli forces enter that southernmost city if a diplomatic solution is not found. Janae?
Trey, I'm so glad you mentioned that because that's been a concern for viewers who continue to watch this unfold as they enter that southernmost city. You know, there are already concerns about a lack of humanitarian aid. Several of those Palestinians that have moved to Rafah moving there because that was the only place of refuge. Have you heard anything about more aid being sent to that region?
It's a great question. And when you talk with Palestinians in Gaza, they are very clear not enough aid is entering the Strip. And this is especially true for the northern part of Gaza, where there are still thousands of Palestinians sheltering close to where Israeli forces are operating, and some of them are going hungry. They do not have enough food and aid entering Gaza, and they especially do not have it reaching the northern part of the Strip. Part of what Hamas expressed over the weekend was concern about aid reaching the northern part of Gaza and the civilian population there. So this could be part of the leverage being used by the Israelis. They are still allowing aid to enter Gaza. But the other critical component to all of this is the United Nations and UNRWA, the main delivery method for a lot of the aid that was entering Gaza previously. Well, the Israelis have uncovered new evidence indicating that a percentage of UNRWA employees were actually working with or affiliated with Hamas. And we've not been able to independently verify the exact number, but we do know they have provided us with evidence about the identities of some UNRWA workers. And this has not only paused funding for UNRWA, but also paused Israelis delivering aid to UNRWA to distribute to Palestinians inside Gaza. So they are looking for other methods, such as the World Food Program and other large NGOs that could deliver this aid to the Palestinian people. But the coming days will illuminate that problem even more, because you do have more than 2 million Palestinians still living there as the war continues.
Trey Ying's there on the ground with Fox News Channel. As always, Trey, we appreciate you taking out the time to update us here on Live Now from Fox. You be safe and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you. The time now 10:06 on the East Coast. We're going to go to our first 2-minute commercial break of the hour. We'll be right back.